Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for what is your Rizz. So first of all, well, let me tell you what a pick a card reading is and then we'll dip into what Rizz means. This is where you get to pick the number, the card, the object. I will also be revealing the most Rizz card out of all of these decks. So you can look at that too to decide. You use your intuition to pick that. Then I have got timestamps down below in the description. You click on your reading and I will use my intuition to tell you your Rizz. So Rizz is actually one of the words for 2023. It is romantic. Your romantic appeal, your charm, your style, your attractiveness, basically your charisma. So the most Rizz card voted by me is the Knight of Cups. So I'm just going to reveal the Knight of Cups in each of these decks, and you can take a look at the Rizz card of the deck and let me know which one you like. Is that the deck you chose? But it also gives you an idea of what the deck looks like too. So for some people that's important. The Knight of Cups, I would say, is the most Rizz card, or the card with the most Rizz, because the Knight is very charismatic. The Knight is all about love. The Knight is somebody who is like led by their heart. I ask 6 questions. I'll put the 6 questions down below in the description too, so you get kind of a full picture of what we go over for Rizz. This is just in general though, for what your Rizz is, how you exude that charisma, and it's more about like your presence in the room, your leadership in that room, how people are drawn or attracted to you. And that is what the reading is about, is that Rizz. So that's what the questions are about. Now, in doing this, of course, we want to know, like, maybe with that special person, that Rizz, and that's not this reading, but if you're interested in your Rizz with your crush, which is probably the next reading that I do about this, let me know. And just an idea of somebody who exudes Rizz. You know, like that Ryan Reynolds or, you know, Denzel Washington, Zendaya, Emily Blunt. So a lot of celebrities have this, you know, that like that je ne sais quoi would be like the French way of saying it, like that little certain something, that sex appeal, that oh, and then like with the Rizz, you know, we talk about, because sometimes there's a dark side to these qualities that are coming up, or how to like enhance it, or how to make it, you know, better. Also, you know, just take what resonates, because this is a group reading and sometimes we pick the wrong deck, so you can listen to as many or as little as you want, but definitely your discernment is important in this. So again, take a look at this. I also use objects though, so I'll be placing the objects now because that's my usual way to choose. So for group number 1, the object that goes with it is, this is Caribbean Calcite. So I'll put that here because I don't want to block our Knight of Cups. For group number 2, the object is Rose Quartz. For group number 3, we have, this is Pyrite, so all that glitters. And for group number 4, what goes with this is Apatite Heart. Whew, a lot going on today. So if you're still not sure which one is for you, that's okay. I'm going to do a breathing exercise and you're invited to do that with me. I'm just going to be here in the moment, take a comfortable seat, go ahead and close my eyes, take a deep breath in and release. And we're going to set the intention to get the messages that we need to receive. Take another deep breath in and release. Okay, now open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you like readings like this, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know if you want to see that that Crush Rizz video, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1. If you chose this Caribbean Calcite, which everything here is Caribbean Calcite, you are in the right place. So we are going to talk about your Rizz. What is your Rizz? How you can increase that, all that good stuff. So I actually have 6 questions that I'm going to ask of this deck, but we're going to start with your presence, just you, your presence in the room. And I'm going to pull a card for that to go along with these other ones. So, presence in a room. Okay, we get the Hanged Man, which definitely goes along here with Sloth, and then has the ability to influence people, and we get 3 of Wands. So the way that you influence people is through your plans, but people might either you move slow or people think you move slow here with Sloth and Hanged Man. It might be because you are someone who really goes over plans, who really likes to plan, who might get stuck in that planning phase a little bit or a little bit too much, or you drag your feet on things. Sometimes I think that it's overrated, or I think it's underrated actually. Doing nothing is underrated, because the universe has a way of working things out, and when you have these 2 here, it kind of is just like, hey, I'm in that flow. I just have like this carefree nature about it. I know that I've got some decisions to make, but I'm going to make a thoughtful decision with the Hanged Man and the 3 of Wands. Why? Because I understand that we have a journey ahead of us, and that we're changing. We're this metamorphosis. We're going through a change. We're becoming something different. So in this point in your life, you might be kind of in, I wouldn't say necessarily hibernation phase, but kind of like that chrysalis phase where, you know, you were a caterpillar and you're holding this vision for becoming a butterfly. And actually all 3 of these cards kind of talk about journey, kind of talk about moving forward. You have a master plan. Others might think that you're just like dragging your feet a little bit because you haven't quite put that plan into place. So your presence in a room, you might be a little bit quieter than others. You might be a little bit more, I don't want to say speak when spoken to, but you just don't go into a situation, go into a room of people and start just like blabbing everything. You know those people, they go in there and you know their life story. You have quality things to say, and there's a little bit of mystery here with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is, you know, taking a moment of pause before a great challenge, before a great change. Like all of this is like a journey, travel, a change. But then with Sloth, it's kind of like people think that you're maybe holding back. But really there's things going on, or you're waiting for the universe to like, it's not the right moment, and you're just allowing that to come through, or you're trying to look at things from a different perspective. It's really easy for somebody who's not in your shoes to say, you need to do this and you need to do this right now. But it's something that's meaningful to you. Like the things that you do is very meaningful. I haven't even talked about this one yet. We have Guide. This is light attribute, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So you carry like this heavy burden, really, that like others just may not. Like there's this depth to you that you don't always reveal to others. It's interesting that this particular hangman, we have her hanging upside down like a zipper. Things are opening, things are changing, things are moving. It's just at like a pace that you're allowing to unravel, that you're allowing to move. So as far as Rizz goes, this overall reading, like you understand that maybe you're not your full potential yet, or maybe you're at a spot where you had dreamed of being, and then you realize there's a whole wealth of world open to you, and there's more to it, and you just keep moving along, and you just keep progressing slowly but surely, is what I'm getting here. And others, unless they're like truly invested or you open up to them, they don't quite know that, because again, I think that you keep things kind of close and you keep things a little mysterious. Now, the way that people see you is like they do see there's that, again, that mystery that comes with. They do see the gears turning. They do notice that you make thoughtful decisions. They notice that you make well planned out decisions. It just might be for them, like they might demand that you make them faster for some reason, but you taking your time and being on your own timeline and doing things in your way and opening up and revealing in your way is your magic. And some people might not really get that, and that's okay. That's their loss. That's not your loss. However, I do feel like there is like leadership qualities here with this guide, qualities of wisdom, qualities of says the nature of the divine in life itself. Like you contemplate, it's not just surface vapid questions that you contemplate. You're contemplating the inner workings of the universe, and there's something very special about that. And you have patience, and there's something very special about that. Leading a group. Do you know how to lead a group, or how is your style of leading a group? And we got Page of Pentacles. So in your work situation, you may be asked to take a leadership position. What I love about the Page of Pentacles is the willingness to try something new, set out in something new, and willingness to try new things in the financial realm, the financial area. The Page of Pentacles understands that they don't know everything. There's mysteries out there, and again, you contemplate mysteries all over the place here, but you're willing to try, you're willing to put it in place. So when you do have, like in a job situation, you aren't always on your timeline. You aren't always doing things in the time that is comfortable for you. So I do feel like, the page kind of indicates a little bit of discomfort, because it's a new situation. It's not something that you're in complete control over. But that's okay. You're like, okay, well, whatever. If I'm thrown in here, I'm thrown in here. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. And that is something great from you. Now, where I would think to help you would just be like where you're doing over here, keeping things a little closer to the vest, so you don't have to tell everybody that you don't know what you're doing. In a new situation. Honestly, like most people probably wouldn't even know if you didn't tell them. So that's up to you. You reveal your secrets as you wish, as they come out. Otherwise, I think that people are just like excited to be along the journey with you and excited to go with you, especially when you're revealing a new path. Remember, you are kind of this born leader. So if you're not feeling comfortable in that role, understand, like most leaders, look at the people who feel comfortable in that role, and they're not even very good at it. I think your discomfort is because you think that you need to be an expert at it. Well, practice makes perfect. So don't shy away from leadership opportunities, because you are a natural leader. You are, and that's part of your metamorphosis. This part of your change is part of your learning over here in your journey of life. What makes people feel comfortable? How do you make people feel comfortable? And we get the Knight of Swords. So you come up with some really great ideas, and look at the flow of this. Like, yeah, so confidence, I mentioned confidence. When you show confidence, just is like, this is somebody like, they're just balancing on a feather. They're balancing on ideas. And that's how you make people feel comfortable explaining your ideas. Sometimes you might get carried away with those ideas. They might move faster than I mean, we were talking about being a sloth over here. I mean, we do have sloth as a card, and then all of a sudden you get whisked away by an idea. So I do feel like you rely on your mind to come up with brilliant ideas, and that's like, people approach you for those ideas and they're like, wow, like that impresses people about you, is those ideas, that out of the box thinking, that getting swept away in it. And then your ability to communicate with others too. The thing is, like, this part here where it feels like you're planning and it feels like things are moving slow and the wheels are barely turning, and you're allowing the universe to take you on the journey that you're kind of along for the ride here in the Knight of Swords. This is way more input, way more thought, way more than other people put into the situation. So as soon as you start communicating that, I think that you elevate and uplift others, and it makes them feel good. What can help you smile? Because smiling often is part of that. So we're going to ask that. And we come back here to job situation, money, resources. We get the Nine of Pentacles. Again, with this Hangman, the Three of Wands, like, this is your script, your plan to conquer your realm of the world. So whether that is within your, maybe you sell software, or you create software, or you, whatever it is that you create, whatever that is that you sell, it just show like success here, finding your success, you figuring out problems, you figuring out issues, you being on top of that. Like, that is what makes you smile, almost like your own self-reliance here. So there's a lot of, I would almost say that you're probably introverted, because there's a lot of like confidence in yourself and self-satisfaction of you figuring things out. Going through the whole, like, starting a project, coming up with, encountering those complications, figuring those out, putting your plan into place and carry those through, marking things off on your journey. So you have like your to-do list, and that's what makes you smile, and that's what makes you confident, and that's what draws people into you. And then getting along with others. How do you get along with others? Group one. I told you that others see you. Yeah, that's interesting here. Other people see you as somebody who can create opportunities for them. I love this. And look at this. We kind of have this wand. We kind of have this magic wand over here. This one is a pen. Like, the pen is mightier than the sword. You might be really good at writing. I bet you can make some amazing poetry if you really wanted to in a romantic situation. I think some people would be, because it's very thoughtful, very cerebral kind of thing. And then the Seven of Cups, it's just that others are really drawn in. Cups is about emotions, and seven here is about possibilities and creating those possibilities. Kind of reminds me of the Seven Sisters, which is a Pleiadian star system. Just take that how you want. That it is represented like on the logo for Subaru. Just just random thoughts here, throwing that out there. If you were thinking about buying a Subaru, here's your sign. So it might be something very specific for people. But I think you point to opportunities for others. You help others, you know, you're able to, almost like a muse energy is what's coming from this. Like you're like, are able to direct others to their highest good, to that, to possibilities for them. Seven of Cups is about opportunity. And when we have the Nine of Pentacles over here, I think that you find opportunities for yourself as well, probably because you spend a lot of time studying things. You spend a lot of time trying to figure that out. So overall, your Rizz here, my guide, you know, you see the divine in yourself. That's also what's really interesting here, because this reminds me of kind of like that Michelangelo painting with God's finger breathing life into Adam. It's a little bit different juxtaposition, that's the word. But you breathe life into ideas. You breathe life in, like you give life into opportunities. You help people see themselves in that opportunity. And I think that you could see yourself in new opportunities too. I love that we get the Pentacles here. I think that there's, I don't want to say materialistic or materialism, but there's I mean, that's what Pentacles are. They are the material things. They are money. It is our jobs. It is our bodies. So you're somebody who, I think there's an amount of ambition here that you figure it out, you go out and get it, and you know, this is your new phase. This is your next step. This is your level up. And you wait for the right time, the right opportunity to do that. But then I think on the exterior, like when you're posting on social media or things like that, you might get a little bit of backlash or flack, like, oh, it must be nice, but you have put in the work. Like, you're a very hardworking person. You think about these things, and yeah, it is nice because you manifested it, really. You think about the opportunity you want, you go after what you want, you wait for the right opportunity, which a lot of people will not do this. I know it's a sloth, but there's a lot of things that happened, especially when we have it paired here with the Hangman. The Hangman is a major arcana card. It's a major energy. There's a lot of things that happen in that pause moment, and a lot of people would give up before that erupts. So opportunity, luck, like people might think that you're a lucky person. You're like, there's no luck to it. It is keeping my eyes open for those opportunities, and then when I see it, I go for it. I know which one it is, because there's also a lot of people who will go for like that get rich quick scheme. That's not you. You're the one who has put in the work. You've put in the time. You've put in the effort. You've waited for it. You've had the patience to wait for it. And when it comes along, you're able to harness that opportunity and jump on it. As far as like, when I talk about Rizz and that romantic appeal or that charm, like there's something, it may not be for everyone, which is weird, because of course we would want somebody who is successful, because there's success here, but it's a success, like it's a hardworking success. But that's okay, because that's almost like your superpower, because you get rid of the people who, if they don't value that, like you wouldn't value them anyway. So like, I think you're putting out the right amount of appeal or Rizz or that vibe that attracts the right type of people to you. And again, like this muse, so people who have the same values, who have the same goals as you, are like, wait a second, yeah, you're helping me see this in a new way, you're helping me see this opportunity, and it gets really exciting, and then very you know, that excitement, that it creates passion between like these shared experiences and the shared ambition and that shared love. So that's what I have for you, group one. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group two. So we have our rose quartz heart, and then this is the Kawaii tarot deck. But I have some other cards I want to talk about first. So we are going to go through 6 questions with this, and I'll pull 2 cards here when we get these out. But the first two questions is like your presence in a room and your abilities to influence other people. That's like, I think, the core of Rizz. Like, what is your Rizz? And let me get 2 more cards here from this, and then we can start talking about what we have out. So we got 2 of Cups. This is your presence in a room. People like the exchange of ideas that they have with you. They like a partnership with you. And then your ability to influence other people. We have the Ace of Swords, and you do that through your words. And I'm actually not surprised when we have the tongue down here, and then we also have Liberator. I think you say things, or you're able to convey things that people might be scared to. Usually the tongue comes out and it's kind of like, hey, remember, words can't be unsaid. But I think the way that you say them, because we're talking about Rizz, the way that you say them, like, you can just tell people things that other people can't tell them. But it's the way and the intent that you say them, because people really see this kind of love from you, like the intent of, I'm going to say something very blunt, but, and it's something that you need to hear. Like, this is you saying that, like thinking, I need to tell you something, I'm going to say it blunt, but I'm going to say it with love. I say this with love is basically kind of what's coming through with the 2 of Cups. Even if you don't necessarily think through that every single time, I do feel like there is, at least other people are feeling that there is like this love from you, and there's this mutual kind of respect that people have, and that they're getting from you. And then again, the Ace of Swords, this is your words, your thoughts, the way that you express yourself, kind of very connected to the tongue here of what you're saying and how you're saying it. Let's talk about these over here. So we get Kamala, she who emerges, enlightenment, mindfulness, rise up. And then we've got Alice, she who grants wishes, wish, desire, hope. So there's definitely potential. Like, these aces have potential. There's potential in the way that you express yourself with others. People see it. They see potential with you because of the way that you make them feel. You make them feel like you're very focused on them when you are speaking to others. You make them feel good about themselves. People forget the things that you do and the way that, and the things that you say. Maybe not always, depends on what it is. But this is according to Maya Angelou, and I'm paraphrasing her her lovely quote, where they forget those things, but they remember the way that you make them feel, and you make other people feel special. You make other people feel like you think of them, and there's a freedom around who you are and what you say. So we'll get to these 2 cards here. We get Chakra. Chakra are these energies that are along the center of your body, and they talk about the different areas of your body and your alignment. So I think people view you and see you as somebody who is aligned, somebody who is like in touch with maybe that you're grounded, that you're in touch with your intuition, that you when you have gut feelings, it means something, that you're able to express yourself, that you express love to others, that you might have like a sixth sense or a psychic ability. Like, there is this, and it's appreciated from you because the way that you speak to them, like, you're very direct and very forward. Liberator. So we have this card that comes out, freeing yourself and others from outdated beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So you're somebody who's a very forward thinker. And then the shadow attributes is imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So it's kind of like that idea of reinventing the wheel. Like, just because it's not new, you might want to like recreate something. This happens a lot in working situations, you might know somebody who, like, you've been in a job for a while and somebody comes in and they have no clue how to even do it, but they want to change everything because they want to put their mark on it. That would be the shadow of the liberator. They think that they're, or they think they're fighting for somebody else and like claiming some sort of status in that way, where I'm going to be outraged on your behalf about this thing, and you're like, what are you talking about? Anyway, that would be the shadow of the liberator. So just watch that you're not like, because you are willing to speak up. Like, sometimes your friends might be going through a situation and you designate yourself as their mouthpiece, their speaker, and it's like you need to double check with others about that. Like, are they comfortable sharing that? Sometimes you like release secrets and it's like, hold up, I told you that in confidence, and really I just wanted to talk to you about that. I didn't need you to be my savior or my liberator on this. In some situations, though, it is somebody's desire or hope that you can help them out. So that might be tricky. That might be something that you need to figure out how to navigate. Like, when is it appropriate for you to unleash your superpowers here, or when is it appropriate that you hold your tongue? So next question. You know how to lead a group. Do you know how to lead a group? I think that when we get the Fool here, you're not afraid to try it. You love the potential of it. I think you're probably better on one-on-one reaction, or one-on-one, or a small group that you lead. But really, leadership, we need some follow through. So this reading is great because we talk about like our strengths and our weaknesses, and that might be a weakness of yours, even though I think a strength would be getting everybody together or talking about how great this opportunity is, potential. I think you would be amazing at sales, but you have to actually deliver on those promises. It could be difficult or it might even be helpful, though, if you're part of a group and you just like get the opportunity and turn it over to somebody to close it. That might be the perfect situation for you. But yeah, I think that people, the Fool is here. It's a sunny day. It's a beautiful day. You see the potential. You're excited about things. You're not thinking you're not planning. You're just like, yeah, let's go do this. And then you make it happen. And you might sell people on ideas that is like the Ace of Swords, a ton of potential. We got the potential and the ideas. Like, you're an idea person. You sell people on the potential of these ideas. It's just careful. You might have to actually deliver on those ideas, deliver on that follow through. So that's how you are leading a group. And what do you do to make people feel comfortable? We get the Eight of Wands. So people are comfortable with you almost immediately, and it's probably because of this Two of Cups energy here of like your presence around them, and it's because there's almost like new people just are like, wow, we feel like we have this instant connection. We feel like we just know you, and that there's a lot of charisma or Rizz behind that Eight of Wands. So there's passion. There's a lot of passion here at the Fool, really, and even in the Aces, we've got passion because you get excited and you're not afraid to tell people about that. And then because of the confidence that you have, because it seems like new and exciting, people are like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, this is Smiles Often. We get the Queen of Swords here. I'm just laughing at the card. I love these cards. They're so awesome. So the Queen of Swords is represented by a frog on a butterfly, because of course it is. Butterflies are important to the Queen of Swords. Butterflies are, it kind of reminds me of this card here. I think just that forward thinking, that creative energy. So you make people feel like you know what you're doing, like you are confident, and again, it feels like people are almost like you're almost hyper focused on others, and that you help raise others up even while you're floating along here on this butterfly. Change, change, and like this liberator kind of information is like, you're not afraid of change, you're not afraid to put out your ideas, you're not afraid to create those change and ideas, so change and ideas and the passion in that, and you will move quickly, you push things quickly, and that's exciting. It excites people, and that's what that's what kind of makes, that's the smile often. so it comes up with that. And then you can get along with others. Can you, the Queen of Coins says, yes, you can get along with others. Going back to these chakras, the Queen of Coins, the coins is earth, the coins is material, the coins is grounded. Even though you, like, I see this as you as a very well-rounded person, or people see you as a well-rounded person, even though you might say some shocking things, even though you might shake some things up, you have like these ideas. Like, look at the Queen of Swords here. She's floating on a butterfly. You make that seem possible and attainable for other people. Your ideas that come out, it's like, oh yeah, like I can have that. I can materialize that. I can create that. We can put that into reality. We can create these things. So that's what comes out with the Queen of Coins. And you have two queens here. Queens are that creative energy. Going back to the wands, queens create. And then again, swords, and then I would say that the tongue here, that speech, that communication also relates to what you say to others and the way that you say it. I kind of glazed over this one here, this wish, desires, and hope. If it's material wishes, if it's material desires, you seem like it's attainable. Again, I think sales would be a good position for you. But as far as like with interpersonal relationships, again, the Two of Cups is perfect. People feel like, you make people feel like, again, that they're the star, and with your just exuberance and your ideas and your creativity. So that's what I have for you on your Rizz group 2. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you like the cards. And I appreciate you, sending you lots of love, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. So we have a lovely pyrite heart here for you, and then this fun deck, which is, what is it called? Mystical Medleys. And you are in the right place. So the first question is kind of like a two-part question that we're going to ask here. And it's about your presence in a room and your ability to influence people. So these cards are associated with that. We're just going to get those out, and then I'll pull 2 from our deck. We get She Who Calms, Stillness, Purity, Quiet. We get Goddess, of course, because why not? The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. I'm going to punctuate that sensuality, so you don't have to be a divine feminine. My cards are inherently feminine, just so you know. I mean, most of the people who turn into my channel are female, or the divine feminine. But this is like super attractive, like you're getting super attractive vibes, super attractive Rizz. And then we have Nightcrawler. So don't be afraid of Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler just indicates, like, even though you have this purity that you exude, we have this kind of this dark side. There's a depth there. It's probably because you had been through something. I was just gonna say that. And then we get the 5 of Pentacles that comes out. So your presence in a room, and then ability to influence people. You are great at working with others. I think that you don't see your full potential in how attractive and seductive you are. I don't think you understand when you have eyes on you. I don't think you see it. I think you, though, are more concerned about your own view of yourself than you are necessarily of others. And you have put a lot of work into you. It shows. People see it. People are noticing. Now, whether that is work because you have I think a select few of you have had some work done, possibly. And I hope that you did that for yourself. It kind of seems like you did that for yourself. But it's definitely noticed. Otherwise, like, you have just done things that that enhance your attractiveness, enhances your ability, like that physical. There's a lot of physical attractiveness here. There's a lot of physical here, which is different from the other groups. There was more cerebral, actually. But Pentacles tells me that it's physical. And at one point, you were not completely happy with yourself, and I think you almost consider yourself a work in progress. However, I will tell you that the way that people see you, they think you're amazing, that the way you are. So just make sure you're doing things for the right reasons. If I want to say anything more about this, the shadow attributes here would be exploitation of the female nature and form. So if you had an OnlyFans, maybe, for instance, but if you did have an OnlyFans, I think people would be lining up for it. So there's that. And I think you need to see, your eyes need to be open to the beauty that you have around you, like your true beauty, whether that is your physical beauty or your internal beauty, because internally there is that purity. Like, people just, even if you know yourself, you've been through a lot of shit, and but you almost have like this innocence about you, that is delightful, and I'm not sure that you quite see that. This ability to influence other people, we get the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is working with others. Pentacles is work. Pentacles is money. Pentacles is that material things, the manifestation of material things. I feel like you sometimes will hit a snag with things, and you might be a little bit more dramatic about it than it actually is. And I feel like you have this very independent streak where you feel like you can only rely on yourself. However, like, you're very comfortable working with other people. Other people want to work with you. You have leadership abilities, and I feel like you're one of those people who's not afraid to put in the work. So as a leader, as a manager, as somebody in a position of influence, if those other people underneath you, like, they respect you for that. There's a respect there of like, okay, because there is this like night crawler here where you've crawled through things to get where you are. The night crawler talks about resilience and persistence. You're somebody who is like, oh, I almost think you're motivated sometimes when things don't go well. And in the moment, you might be upset or angry or mad about it, but you turn it and you twist it and you make it something, and that is something like, that's pretty amazing. I also feel like you have this work ethic and this ability, but externally, like, you are this very attractive person, so sometimes you don't get taken seriously about that, or the pretty privilege. People think that it's pretty privilege, but it's not. It's the privilege of hard work is what it is. So do you know how to lead a group? You leading a group. So influencing people is there, and leading a group, we get Two of Cups. Yes, you do. I think you're great one-on-one with people, especially. I think that's where you thrive, and that's what you love. I think people fall in love with you super easily, and this wasn't necessarily a group of or a reading about that, other than Rizz. We do have that sex appeal with Rizz, that element there, and I think that people are, because you make people feel special. Like, you're an attractive person, but you're very approachable, and you make people feel special, and you make people feel like you're on your level. So there's something special about you being with you one-on-one, when you're talking to somebody one-on-one. Do you make people feel comfortable? And I would say yes, with that Two of Cups. And we get the Ace of Swords. This is such a cute Ace of Swords card. It's very interesting here. I think it relates back here, specifically in this image with the dark cloud and the beat up here is like, aces are new beginnings. Aces are brand new things. They're full of potential, and usually they're much shinier, I would say, than necessarily this little rain cloud. I mean, clouds represent swords amazingly, because swords are about ideas, swords are about thoughts, swords are about communication. There's depth to your thoughts because of this dark place, because of what you've been through, because of the challenges. Almost sometimes like, you're not afraid of challenges. You're not afraid to put in, again, that hard work, and you know what it is to go through that hard work. So people feel comfortable around you because of that dark side a little bit, because they know that you've been through it. I feel like you have empathy for other people. That's part of it. That when they speak to you, you hear it. Like you know what it is, you know what it takes to do something. So when you're influencing others, like, it's real, it comes from a real place. It's not, there's nothing here that's fake about you other than possibly boobs. But anyway, you smile often. Do you smile often? What makes you smile? We get the Hangman. So you're very reserved, I think, over here. The Hangman, like, when you smile, it's with purpose, it's with meaning, it's more than skin deep, even though I think you have a beautiful smile given the goddess. Hangman is a major arcana card. Hangman has plans around it. Like, I think you have multiple smiles. I think you have a smile that's like a little smirk that drive people crazy, and you know when to whip it out, and you know when to use it. Now, the message behind the Hangman is like, take a break, take a breather. Look at things from a new perspective, from another perspective. So that is just a message here that's a little bit of an aside from necessarily the reading. So breathe, especially if you're feeling like you're maybe not in the best mental space at the moment. Just take a moment, take a breath. Don't feel like you need to make so many decisions. You might need to step back. Sometimes the Hanged Man, because he's hanging upside down, he's hanging from a tree, but he's put himself here in suspension. So the original Hangman, it's talked about that when it was created, that it was like, yoga was not as big of a thing as it is now, but it was more of a spiritual experience, and yogis would hang upside down. First of all, it puts more blood to your brain, but it has like that effect. If you not everybody can do a handstand or a headstand, but if you like lay off the side of your bed, if you lay your head off the side of the bed, it is actually a psychological trick to calm yourself down. So it's just a reminder to calm down. And I think your smile makes people pause, and it really is reassuring, because it's a beautiful smile, and it helps to calm others down. So take what resonates out of that message. And then, can you get along with others? You getting along with others, and look, we have the moon. Of course you can. Now, because of this dark side, I love that we have the moon that comes out here, because we have this purity here, and then we have this dark side, and I just want to move it over here next to these two cards for a second. The moon has a dog and it has a wolf on it, because it represents kind of like this wild, untamed nature, but then it also has like this tamed and restrained nature. It kind of, when the moon pops up, it reminds me of the proverb, and I'm not sure, it's a Native American proverb. Some say Cherokee, some say other tribes, and I know they're not all the same, but it's where a child is talking to his elder, and there's two wolves inside us. There's like, anger, jealousy, lust, and then there's love and you know, the support of nature over here. And the young one, the young blood asks, well, you know, because these are wolves that are kind of battling inside us. Sometimes we have this idea of like the angel on your shoulder or the devil on your shoulder. And he asks, like, well, you know, if this battle is raging between the two wolves, which one wins? And it's like, well, whichever one you listen to, whichever one you feed, whichever path you go down, it's your choice. You can be evil and angry and resentful for the things that happened, or you can reinvent yourself and become this beautiful beacon of light and this example to others. And I feel like sometimes it's like, I want to be petty. I can really tweak this situation and manipulate it and just give everybody exactly what they deserve, or I can turn the other cheek. And just let karma take care of it. So that's what I love about this moon card coming out. So you getting along with others, I think that you reflect back other people's energy. I think that there is, people have like their own unique experience with you. Now, initially, of course, you know, we have this like, this beautiful person standing in front of us. You're a beautiful, attractive person, physically attractive. Sometimes people think that they can take advantage of you. Not you. You've been through it. You've seen it. Probably because somebody has taken advantage of you. So when you put those boundaries up, or you put that pushback up, like people, some people don't like it because you're reflecting back their own energy, and they'll like, oh, okay, this person's very attractive, but they're kind of a jerk. Are you? No, you're not. You're just reflecting back their energy. And that's what the moon does, actually. The moon reflects back the sun's light. So but the moon has like this whole depth. Again, like, I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about you because you are an attractive person and you have worked into doing that. It's not easy to do it. People think that, oh, you know, it's genetics or you were born with it, but it's more to it. It's the way you dress, the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself, I think is more, it leads to that physical attraction, the way that people are physically attracted to you. I forget where I was going with that. But anyway, so that's what I have for you, group 3 on your Rizz. The road has not been easy for you. I'm sorry about that, but everything that you have, all the obstacles that you've hit, everything that you've come up against, like, and I don't think you fully reveal that to everybody here with the moon, but all of that comes together and culminates in this very attractive person that people people love to know that it is their honor to interact with you and know you. So that's what I have, group 3. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group of 4. So we have our Apatite heart, and then we have this the most modern deck probably that I use in this reading, which is Lightseer's Tarot. I'm going to ask questions about your Rizz. So 6 questions. We're going to focus on the first 2 with all of these cards. I pulled 2 cards out of here, and then we'll get more in depth into the reading. So what we have is She Who Dreams, Isra, Escape, Dreams, and Fantasy. We have a Rebel. We have a very rebel spirit, rebellious spirit, but then we have Hera here, who is the Queen of Queens, the Goddess of Goddesses. Ooh, very charismatic when we have the Devil, especially this Devil. It's so hilarious when I'm in tarot groups. Everybody talks about how hot this Devil card is. So your presence in a room is intoxicating. People want to know your dreams. And I think the Rebel energy goes with the Devil here. They want to know your dreams. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know, because they feel like you take them to another level. I think you could be a cult leader if you wanted to. I hope you're not one, but let's harness this energy for good. Your ability to influence people, we have judgment. So it does come across, though, that you're very balanced and judged. Or judged, but there is this little something here, this dark side, and I kind of point to Hera too, because so in Greek mythology, Hera is Zeus's wife, and you know, he puts her through the ringer, so she has the ability to definitely be vengeful. She's the goddess of goddesses, the queen of all, and this indicates that you're a natural born leader. I would say with the devil and judgment, I would agree with that. I almost see the judgment as like Judge Judy. I think you're much younger than Judge Judy, but you stand up there, you know, you have a, even though we have the devil here, I think you have like a very strict set of principles that you live by. I kind of think and it almost seems like counterintuitive that you do with this rebel energy, right? But it's like you know the rules, so you know when to break them, and sometimes you break them, but you have this code of conduct. You have like definitely this code of honor, and I think it helps to elevate other people, and that's you elevate other people and you help them see things maybe from a new perspective, from your perspective. Going back to Hera, so this natural born leader ability, and you're more powerful than you know, and I would say definitely, like this card talks about you being more powerful than you know, but when we get the devil and we get judgment, these are major arcana cards here. There is a lot of power that you have that you may not even know that exists. Like the way that people see you, they're like, whoa, you know, because your dreams and your ideas are a little bit different than everybody else's. You're out of the box thinker here with the rebel, and with this she who dreams. So this escape dreams fantasy kind of thing, and that goes along with the devil. There's a lot of like fantasy going on here, but I think you have the ability to make fantasy reality. This talks about keeping calm and being careful not to let jealousy and vengeance overcome you. We were talking about that with being the wife of Zeus. Of course, there's going to be some things go on. And you definitely have the capacity and the ability to be completely, to just savage, to be vengeful and savage here. But if you focus on compassion and empathy for others, and don't let your power consume your thoughts and actions, like there is a lot that you can do and there's a lot that you can accomplish. So I think that this is a reminder for some of you, like if you're fixated on an ex who did you wrong, release it and let it go, because the more you focus on, and it may not be an ex, it might be a job, or it might be just some circumstances, or just something that happened in the past. Like the devil can talk about having those attachments and being, you know, not necessarily on your best path, on your best site. So follow your dreams. This is the reminder to do that, because you can do amazing things. And I really feel like the people around you believe in you, and they believe in what you can do, the power of what you can do. It's just making sure that you're on the right path. Let's talk about this rebel a little bit. We've got the light attributes of challenging authority to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve your inner needs. So you're somebody who questions things, and this devil might not be the appropriate term. However, I think maybe people within the system, or people who you view as brainwashed, might view you as that, or as a devil or a sinner, but you don't. You have different judgments, and I think that like what's coming in is glass houses. Like when you don't respect hypocrisy at all, and in fact you might point it out, and you might be a mirror for that. So I feel like, you know, your charisma, your Rizz, there's just some people who, like, you might be a little too hot to handle for some, but that's okay, because, you know, you are not for everybody, but you are for, like, the people who are real, even though we have the dreamer over here. But you have like real dreams and real aspirations and real desires, and you're all about that. Again, like, know the rules so you know when to break them. So there's just some rules that you're looking at and you're like, this just does not make sense. This doesn't make sense to me. Well, you have the ability to really influence others in that regard as well. So respect it, I think. Understand how you are viewed, how powerful you are with that. So next question is, knows how to lead a group. So your leadership style, leading a group. We get the 8 of Cups, and I feel like you're a group of people, you're kind of leading away from something. So kind of touched on something here, whether that is the hypocrisy within a specific system. So it could be within your community, it could be within like a specific religious group, it could be within a political group. The 8 of Cups here is like you have invested your time, energy, your heart and soul into something, and it just doesn't turn out the way that it's supposed to. Could be within a job situation as well, or a relationship. It's not being afraid of walking away and going and finding that which resonates with you, that which is better, or finding those elements or integrating them into something. So you're definitely this rebel, this change type person. And when we talk about this in regard to leading a group, you might be leading people away, you might be leading people, but I think it's almost like an accidental leader type thing, like because it doesn't make sense to you, but because you're so powerful and you're able to articulate that, other people are like, yeah, that you're right, that doesn't make sense, I'm with you, I'm going with you. So you're able to, through some logic, of course, when we have judgment here, judgment has that element of logic, judgment has that element of those thoughts behind it, but it's really kind of like an emotional pull. It's not fair. Like, fairness matters to you. You bring up and spotlight situations that aren't fair, and other people are like, yeah, you're right about that. So that's how you're able to be your cult leader. I don't think you're a cult leader, because I don't think cult leaders, you have the ability to be a cult leader, but I think you have more compassion for others than that. It's not like, there's not a lot of pentacles here. I would see more pentacles with a cult leader. Okay, hopefully we don't draw more pentacles. There's nothing wrong with standards. There's nothing wrong with having high standards. So the next question, the 4th question is, how do you make people feel comfortable? Making people feel comfortable. I manifested it. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so again, like I do feel like you have that dark side that where you have all the makings of a cult leader, but we can make it a very positive way. Okay, let's make it positive. So Page of Pentacles here, you make people feel comfortable on new journeys. The 8 of Cups is about a journey, but then the Page of Pentacles is a new journey concerning the material, concerning money, concerning maybe a workout routine, so something that's material world, concerning a new job. So you help people feel good about what they do and what they're doing to accomplish it. Sometimes there's some really weird shame around money, and I think you can make it feel like really real to people. Like, you need to be able to feed yourself, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be bougie or having the finer things in life. There's nothing wrong about that journey or starting something new. Entrepreneurial aspects, like you're able to either maybe you might be an entrepreneur. You maybe make that things look good. You know, this wish, this dreams, this escape, this fantasy. I was talking about making that into reality. The Page of Pentacles, like Pentacles makes things into reality. And that page is that first step. They don't quite know where they're going, what they want to do. They might know where they've been and where they don't want to be. But they're not afraid of making mistakes, and you have to have kind of like that forward thinking or goals, making goals and being goal oriented. So this is, you make people feel like making goals is a good idea, that their dreams are important. Let's talk about your smile. For smile. We get the Four of Swords. So this is interesting because the Four of Swords, you know, you're sleeping. Dreams, it's interesting because this is where the spot that it goes, and is right next to dreams. So and then we have this little stitched up heart here. Four of Swords is about healing. Other people looking at your smile, like there might be a little bit of pain behind your smile. Some people can detect it, but I also feel like your smile, you know, for others can be a beacon of hope, like, you know, an area of like, yeah, you know, we're on the same page. I think you have different versions of your smile. This came up in another reading too. I told group 3 they had different versions of their smile, but theirs is different. You know, I don't think that you manipulate necessarily with your smile. I think that you use yours to help reassure others and maybe even reassure yourself. I think that there's, again, like looking forward to joy, but it's not, I don't think you force it the way that it's not necessarily a conscious thing the way that group 3 was, or a manipulative thing. I think it's like a very calm, reassuring, thoughtful smile here with the Four of Swords. So, and she's taking a break here in a nest. She is healing. She is allowing healing. So again, smile for healing, smile for, you know, laughter is that best medicine. And then how you get along with others. How does our group, wow. Okay. So, and an even different group came out with the Seven of Cups here. I think it was group 1 who came out with the Seven of Cups with getting along with others. Seven of Cups is about, like, we have the Eight of Cups and we've got the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of emotions here. You make people feel a certain way. I think it is a comforting way. You know, I think you help people feel, you know, like release fear in moving forward, and fear in their journey. I think that this Seven of Cups is about opportunities and showing people new things and new ways. You know, we have this Rebel here, remember, so you're challenging authority. Your follow through on that is showing somebody a new way. Your focus, your spotlight here with the judgment is showing like, hey, this didn't work. This isn't working. We got to find a new way. We've got to discover it. And here is a bunch of different opportunities. I think with you, we have like these major arcana cards here, and with Hera, like there's some depth to that. There's some thought. There is some experience. So when you talk about opportunities, it's because you've lived it, you've read about it, you have talked to people, you have really investigated it. There's a thoughtfulness really behind your rebel nature. It's not just a like, you know, I'm going to shake things up to shake things up. There's depth behind it. I'm going to shake things up because our attachment to the past, we need to release that. I'm going to shake things up because things aren't fair. we need a better way. We need more, we need to bring in this judgment. We need to judge our situation. We need to be thoughtful about our future. I have all these dreams and plans and goals about the future, so it's very forward thinking. You here for you, group 4. Some other people I've told that they would be great managers. I'm not necessarily seeing that here, even though you're like an idea person. You're not somebody to tell people, like you're a big idea person. You don't tell people the steps. You're not telling them what they should be doing in their day-to-day life. You just are like opening up opportunities and saying like, hey, this is the way it should be, and I'm gonna go and investigate that, or I'm gonna go and do that, or I'm gonna change this process at work because this is not working for me. And then other people are like, you know what, that is actually a great idea. So it's, you lead by more of an example rather than like pleading your case or telling people what to do. There's not, it's very much of a kind of a take it or leave it when you tell people things. And you leave it up to them to decide because it's the right thing. And it's like, oh, okay. And like there's people who want to take an adventure with you. So that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.